What's going on? Hope you're all having a great day. It's a nice wintry day here in Harvard, Massachusetts. And I was just listening to, I guess, the story that I hear often by motivational speaker David Goggins. He often talks about Rocky and as one of his sort of motivators or one of the inspirations in his career. And it made me think about business and made me think about, we often obviously back winners. That's why they're winners. They're successful. They do things that we like. They're charismatic. If they're people or if they're businesses, then they've just done a lot of things along the way to get to where they're at. But the thing that we often forget is that every winner at one point was an underdog, right? We all started somewhere, and the whole Rocky story, the way Goggins loves to retell it is, it's round 14 and Rocky's just getting the crap kicked out of him. And he gets knocked down for like the 35th time in that round. And everyone's telling him to stay down, including his coach. The fans are all just saying, like, stay down. And he doesn't, right? He starts climbing the ropes and he finds something within him to just keep going and going. It's the hardest fight he's been in against Apollo Creed, the world champion. And Apollo Creed had turned around thinking he had won, put his hands up, celebrating, and he turns around, and the whole thing with Goggins is just talking or relaying that whole look on Apollo Creed's face, where he's just like, who is this guy that just keeps coming back time and time after again? What is it that drives this guy? And we know, if you've seen the movie, probably everyone's seen it, Rocky ends up winning and becoming the world champion, and he was the underdog, right? And it's one of the things I like about Facebook Live. It's kind of can be unrehearsed, so it's not me necessarily after the 35th take and everything's perfect, where that's what we see most of the time in social media. It's actually just me being me, I guess. And one of the things I like, when I see businesses and owners going live, is that they're being themselves and sharing their story. And so I encourage you, being the underdog, whether it's your first business or your 20th business that you're getting off the ground, just get out there, become known, go live, share your story. It can be your first day in business. It can be, you could have been in business for 5 years, but just get people on your side and share the good days, but also share the bad days. Talk about how hard it is. Talk about what you're going through. And people will start backing that, backing you, of course, not just because of who you are, but also just because of how you're sharing your story. Yeah, exactly, Manny. It's all about the story. And we as humans are drawn to stories. We feel a connection. And often, especially with the underdog, and we think about, what this person's going through, it's often kind of hard to step in and say, gee, can I do that? There's just so much work going into a business, executing an idea, knowing that not everything's going to be perfect, but you're just taking that risk and you're just going for it. And so if you can share that story and become human and share that connection with people and be a little vulnerable, the world just sort of opens up for you. So just a little connection I had after hearing, I think, this Rocky story probably for the 50th time. I like to actually listen to this one little clip from a Goggins speech a lot when I'm working out. So I just thought I'd come on here and share it, and hope you all found it interesting. I'm actually kind of motivated to watch Rocky again and the rest of the series. I haven't watched it. I don't know how long it's been, but I should probably check it out again and watch that whole scene where Rocky's climbing up on the ropes and just going at it and not giving it up, because that's all it takes, right? It's just that we're always just one step away from success, and when we achieve it, then what our goal is, there's always that next goal and that next goal and becoming better and better. So that's what I wanted to share. Thanks for watching. Hope you found it valuable. Love to see any comments in terms of any underdogs that have inspired you, or even your story. If you want to share a little bit of it in the comments, feel free to do so. And I'll catch you next time I go live. Take care.